Hey there, friends and enemies, Joper here again, and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League got an official release date for Season 1 featuring the Joker of March 28th. Now, the community is up in arms because of a lack of communication recently, but also the fact that this is arriving at the end of March when, as this content was heavily teased pre-launch, I think a lot of people assumed it would be coming in early to mid-March instead of 2 months later in full, especially because we haven't gotten any new content at all, just bug fixes and everything since the game launched a couple months ago, and that's a long time in a live service game, especially one that is struggling. But I also understand why they might have delayed Season 1's launch. Who knows when it was originally scheduled to drop, but I do feel like pushing it back a little bit is important because there are 3 things that need to happen in order for this game to be a success. And I'm not saying that the game will succeed or it could have a comeback. Just there are 3 things that would need to happen in order for it to have the potential to. There's a lot of factors that'll go into this, and it might be too late. The game will probably never be what Rocksteady and WB Games envisioned. We may only see a certain amount of content, whether that is the full year of playing content, whether that's 6 months, whether that's a little over a year, who knows? I think everyone's writing the game off and is all doom and gloom, and I fully understand that. The game is in rough shape. A lot of people are having problems with it, and I understand that. But the 3 things they could do to potentially lead a comeback are: 1, fix the issues. People are unable to log in. They're having matchmaking issues. If those issues get corrected, you're going to still have that small, loyal fan base who are going to play regardless of some of the bigger issues, especially because there aren't really any other new, fresh looter shooters out right now, and on console, this seems to be the best option if you're a fan on that. Now, those issues have been preventing a lot of people from enjoying the game, and if you launch new content with those issues still in place, then that content is immediately going to fall on its face. There's no shot for it to succeed if you have login, matchmaking, and all that kind of stuff issues. If you can't play the game, if you're wasting a ton of time not playing, instead staring at loading screens and stuff, it's just not going to be fun for everyone. So you need to make sure that when you have that new content coming out, the game is in as good a position as possible. So that is fully understandable. Hopefully the next couple weeks allows them to make those corrections. Number 2, not a lot of people are going to like me saying this, but a sale will probably help. Because the people that bought it for $70, you are going to likely jump back in when the game does have new content. Because Season 1, Season 2, all of that planned is all free. So you're going to be getting your money's worth, if at all possible. You're going to check out the new content, check out the new characters, see what there is to earn, to play, and if there's any exciting new things that'll keep you engaged. Whether that lasts, again, who knows? That is not something that I think anyone can tell at this point. We don't know what the Season 1 content will be as far as the actual gameplay loop. But for new players, having a sale, having the game be $40 or $30 or something like that, knowing that there's the full game already coming out, the story is not that bad. The cutscenes are very good. There's a lot to like about the game, even though there are some issues that do remain. I do feel like having it at a lower price with the free content coming out as well. And if you're a fan of playing as the Joker or want to play as the Joker, maybe that's one of your favorite DC villains, that could be a time to jump back in. So I think those 2 should probably go together. Maybe a free weekend as well once they fix the issues and also are able to add the new content in and upgrade what they're doing. All of that would be necessary in order to try to spark a resurgence. Now, again, if you paid full price, you might be a little frustrated in that, but essentially that's just the way this stuff kind of goes if you're looking to build out a long-term player base. And I think if you paid the $70, you'll probably be happier that this game is full of life and has a lot of people playing, so you can join up and play co-op rather than feeling like a ghost town. And then the final thing is the new content has to bang. Now, what exactly is in Season 1? We have a general roadmap, but we don't know the details of the content. We know about the Joker itself and how he's going to play, some of his abilities. And he looks like a lot of fun. I'm really excited about that. I'm definitely going to level him and try to see how he works out long term. But we don't know enough about the actual content because we've played the end game to death so far. Yes, there are some changes to make that a little bit better, but I do feel like the new content has to be different from what we've already experienced. And I don't know if it's going to be far enough removed from what we've been doing so far. We don't have anything like dungeons or raids in the game. We don't have anything that really drives long-term engagement in a way that I think will get endgame players excited outside of the leaderboards. Unless you just want to grind leaderboards, that's the only real reason to keep tiering up essentially with this game at the maximum level. So I do feel like there is something new that is needed, and that's crazy to say considering the game is only 2 months old, but I do feel like while they had a good foundation for a lot of things, I will argue that forever. They have leaderboards, they have interesting ways that you handle friends in the game and having those social squad aspects and all that kind of good stuff. I still feel like there is a type of content that looter shooter type players, that MMO type players are missing, whether that is a PvP or a dungeon or a raid. That kind of competitiveness is not there despite the leaderboards that we have in the game. And I think that's something that will be the only way back and get people re-engaged. So we'll see. Again, I'm not going to be fully convinced that this game is ever going to make a recovery until I see it firsthand. I'm not going to be one who is saying, yes, this game absolutely will be a banger, because at this point it looks more unlikely than likely. However, I'm also not one to write games off. I saw it with not only Final Fantasy VII A Realm Reborn, that original game, or Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy 14, that game originally was horrendous, and a lot of people struggled with it. I look at something like Fallout 76, I feel like was very bad. I think Fallout 76, in my opinion, was in worse shape when it launched than Suicide Squad, and now it's still alive and kicking and doing well. Now, yes, it had more players, and so you can fund things a little bit better, fund the recovery, and I do think that's something that I hope Rocksteady is given the time. From all accounts, it seems like they might be, but that remains to be seen. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Suicide Squad content from me going forward. Yes, the game is struggling. No, I'm not going to give it up at this point. I still enjoy my time with it. So let me know in the comments down below, are you still playing Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? And will you come back for Season 1? Anyway, my name is Jopa. Have a good one, and I'll catch you all later.